Hello, it's Doris with Aldi Books, and I'm here with the Indie Press Project for April. This month we read from Nyrb. So what we're doing is picking an indie press each month, choosing just one book from that press and reading it and reporting in on it the last day of the month. So here I am, April 30th, and I want to talk about The Farm in the Green Mountains by Alice Herden Zuckmeyer, translated from the German by Ida H. Washington and Carol E. Washington. And let me just say, this book was 100% delightful, so charming, perfect antidote for these times and the weather. It was just very much a comfort read, and I appreciated it a lot. So this is written by a woman. She and her husband, he was a well-known playwright in Germany prior to World War II, and he and his wife, they both ended up having to first flee to, I think, Switzerland, and then eventually to the United States just prior to World War II, and lived in on a tiny little farm in Vermont for several years, well, the war years, and a couple years after, before, they went back to help with recovery efforts. But I loved this. So she just had such an insightful way of looking at her life and those around her, the environment, and putting it all together and making these just very sharp but very gentle observations about life. She talked about farm life and Vermont and neighbors, the library system, the postal system, help at home, help on the farm. So good. Just the way, like, for example, with workers, it's such a time capsule. She talked about being in Europe, and they were well off there and had servants in the home, and how they became a part of the family, and how that was different in the US, and especially in Vermont. It was hard to get people to work for you at all there. A great deal of independence and changing times with changing technology. I really love this type of read as well, because being written at that moment in time, it was just such a snapshot of what life was like in the US, in New England, during that time. And she wrote it with such fresh eyes. Like, she had this really cozy feel about her, because I don't think she ever met a stranger. So she wrote it very much, as a member of society. Yet she was, an immigrant, and saw it with fresh eyes because she wasn't, native to the area. I'm just gushing because I just really enjoyed it. It's not, like, I guess, perfect by modern standards, because we're a little more PC about things. But yeah, if you just want to see what it was like through the eyes of someone who is really taking notes, this is a lovely place to start. And so next month we are doing Europa. So if you would like to join in with Europa, all you have to do is read a book put out by Europa Editions and, you know, talk about it the end of the month. So my choices are The Elegance of the Hedgehog that I already had on my shelves, The Enlightenment of the Green Gage Tree that I bought recently and meant to read this month but haven't gotten to yet, and dun, 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 I'm finally going to get to Elena Ferrante, My Brilliant Friend. I think I am. And I also have one more on order, something something Tartar Cuisine. So yes, I think it's going to be a fun project again in May. So join us if you would like. We would love to have you. Leave a comment below if you're interested, or just, you know, read a book and post about it. Europa Editions on the last day of May. Thanks so much for watching, and I will be back soon. Bye.